You know, if you've ever had to get a shot, and let's be honest, who hasn't, you've probably asked yourself a pretty simple question, right? In this age of incredible medical breakthroughs, why are we still using needles so much? We've got these amazing therapies that can target diseases with laser precision, but the way we actually get them into our bodies can feel, well, a little old-fashioned. And it's a fantastic question because the drugs we're talking about, the ones that need these injections, they are a flat-out revolution in medicine. How big of a revolution are we talking? Well, to put it in perspective, just one class of these drugs, monoclonal antibodies, has a market value of over $200 billion in 2024. So yeah, this isn't some niche corner of the pharmacy. This is the main event. So let's get into it. What exactly are these powerful new medicines that are completely changing the game? They're called peptides and proteins, and the best way to think of them is like nature's own precision tools. See, older drugs, the small molecule kind, can sometimes be like a sledgehammer. You know, they get the job done, but they can be a bit messy. These are more like a surgeon's scalpel. They're built from the same stuff as our bodies, amino acids, and they target disease with incredible specificity. And here's the kicker. That precision means way fewer nasty side effects. And get this isn't some far-off future of medicine thing. This is happening right now. A whopping 7 out of the top 10 best-selling drugs on the entire planet are these peptide or protein-based therapies. They are absolutely dominating the market. So, if they're so great, what's the deal with the needle? What's the problem? Well, this quote from the research really gets to the heart of it. For all their power, these molecules are incredibly fragile. Their complex structures are super easy to break, which means the only reliable way to get them into our system is to, well, cheat. We have to bypass our body's defenses completely with an injection. And to really understand why that's the case, we need to appreciate the incredible defenses our bodies have built up over millennia. We are talking about a biological fortress. The first line of defense, the outer wall of that fortress, is our skin. For a drug trying to get through the skin, it's pretty much like trying to walk through a solid brick wall. That outermost layer, the stratum corneum, is specifically designed to keep big molecules out. And these drug molecules, they're big. So how is this wall built? Well, first you've got the bricks, more than 15 layers of tough, flattened cells. Then they're held together by the mortar, a waxy, water-resistant lipid matrix. And just in case anything tries to sneak through the cracks, there are these molecular gates called tight junctions that seal everything up. It's a nearly perfect barrier. Okay, so the skin is a no-go. Why not just swallow it as a pill? Well, if you thought the skin was tough, the gut is a whole other level of hostile. It's not just a barrier, it's a demolition derby, and its entire job is to smash things apart. The star players in this demolition are enzymes. You've got pepsin hanging out in the superacidic stomach, and then trypsin waiting in the small intestine. Think of them like little molecular scissors, just snipping and chopping up these peptide drugs, completely destroying them long before they could ever hope to reach the bloodstream. So the body is a fortress. The defenses are incredible. But what do you do with a fortress? You figure out how to hack your way in. And that is exactly what scientists are doing, developing some amazingly clever ways to sneak these fragile drugs past all those defenses. One of the main strategies is basically giving the drug a chemical makeover. It's called chemical modification. You take a standard, fragile peptide and you tweak it. You change it to make it more stable, better at crossing through membranes, and basically invisible to those destructive enzymes. So what's in this toolkit? It's awesome. Scientists can put protective caps on the ends of the molecule to shield them. They can bend the whole thing into a stable ring shape. That's called cyclization. They can even do this wild thing where they swap in mirror image versions of the amino acids, which totally confuses the enzymes. It's like giving the drug a chemical disguise. Now, chemical disguises are clever, for sure. But what if we took a more direct approach? What if we could just create a tiny, temporary doorway right through the barrier itself? And that is the beautifully simple idea behind microneedles. It's a patch covered in tiny, painless needles. So small, you literally can't feel them. They're just long enough to get past that tough outer layer of skin, creating microscopic channels that allow the drug to slip right past the main defenses. So we've got chemical disguises and physical tools. But there's another approach that sounds like it's straight out of science fiction, building tiny vehicles to carry the drugs to their destination. So meet the nanocarriers. Honestly, the best way to picture these is as microscopic armored cars. They're built from materials like lipids or special polymers, and they're designed to encapsulate the fragile drug. protecting it from the harsh, hostile environment of the gut. So here's the mission profile. The nanocarrier travels safely through the stomach and intestine, docks with the intestinal wall, and then ferries its precious cargo across, releasing the drug directly into the bloodstream. It's a complete, end-to-end delivery system. And in case you're thinking this is all science fiction, it's not. This technology is already in your pharmacy. Drugs like Doxil for cancer and Lupron Depot use these tiny vehicles to protect and deliver their active ingredients. The point is, this tech is already approved and it's already saving lives. So when you start to combine all of these strategies, the chemical modifications, the physical enhancers, and this amazing nanotechnology, you really start to get a glimpse of the future of medicine. And that future is arriving right now. A huge breakthrough is a drug called Rybelsus, the first ever oral version of a powerful peptide drug for diabetes. It works by combining the peptide with a special enhancer molecule that basically acts as a bodyguard, helping it slip right past the stomach's defenses. The pill is a reality. And this success story isn't a one-off. As this quote from the source material confirms, we are witnessing a genuine paradigm shift. What seemed impossible is becoming possible. Taking these powerful biologic drugs as a simple pill is becoming a viable reality. Which leaves us with one final, inspiring thought. For so long, the challenge was never just about discovering powerful drugs, it was about delivering them. So if we're finally solving the delivery problem, if we can get any drug to any part of the body safely and effectively, what diseases could we finally conquer?